take a few minutes in this video to go over some of the online resources that we use in 6th grade. The first resource I'd like to talk about is LiveBinder. First thing I'd like to talk about is how you get to LiveBinder. And there's actually two ways. One way to do it, and I think this is the simplest way, is if you're using the Google Chrome browser, depending on what your computer looks like, but you're going to have a tab somewhere up in this area. Notice how this one on mine is right here. And you just click on it and you'd log in with your student email address. And if you do that, you're going to get your bookmarks on any computer. So if you log in with your school address and you see your bookmarks, you're going to click on the bookmark with JH, and you'll notice that LiveBinder is on that. If you're not able to log into a browser, the next best way to get the LiveBinder is to go to our school's website. I've always had better luck just to Google our school's website. It's more of a guarantee you're actually going to get to the correct site. Once you get to the school's website, you're going to look up top for the tab titled Meridian Junior High. Then you're going to click on 6th grade. Once you click on that, you're going to scroll down, and about the third tab, you're going to notice on the right-hand side, you're going to notice 6th grade LiveBinder. You're going to click on that. Next thing I'd like to talk about is just a few things that's pertinent in our 6th grade LiveBinder. First tab to go over is homework tab, and to me this is one of the most beneficial tabs on LiveBinder. And the reason this is beneficial is because this tab is updated every single day with the most current homework. And I know I'm guilty of sometimes planning a lesson in my lesson plans that I post, and by Friday we're in a little bit different spot. And this LiveBinder is always current, it's always up to date with this homework page. So if you forget your agenda at home, you can always log on here and you can see what the homework is the next day. Or if you forget to write something in your agenda, you could log on here and it's going to tell you what's due the next day. Another tab in LiveBinder that's handy is the gradebook tab. So if you click on that, you're going to notice it takes you to a link right there. You're going to click on that link. It's going to take you to Skyward. And I don't think they have 6th grade set up currently in Skyward, but that's going to happen really soon. And once it does, if you log into Skyward, you can see your current grade, which is always updated. You can see missing assignments. You can see lesson plans that are posted, money in your lunch account. So there's all kinds of information in Skyward, and this is definitely a page that you should visit really frequently. If we go back to LiveBinder, another tab I'd like to talk about is our tab for our class. Notice how I have two tabs currently. Very soon I'm actually going to combine Mr. Hall tab with ELA Mr. Hall, so there'll just be one. But if you click on the tab, please don't let this overwhelm you, but this is all the online resources that we're going to use throughout the year. And as we use them, I'll go over each one of them. The one tab that you're going to be using really soon, by next week in fact, is this AR test. This is an easy way to take an AR test or get to the AR site. Of course, another easy way to get to the AR site is your bookmark. Next tab I want to talk about is our Google Classroom tab. So if you click on Google Classroom, you're going to notice again it takes you to a link. And if you click on the link, it's actually going to take you to Google Classroom. Now once you get to Google Classroom, unless you're signed in up here, it's going to take you to a page that looks like this, and you're going to click on Sign In. And when you do, you're going to need to enter in your email address and your password. Now remember, your email address and your password is on page 28 in your agenda, but in case you forgot or you don't have your agenda available, remember your email address is the first 3 letters of your first name, first 4 letters of your last name, all lower cases, no spaces, and then this prefix at the end. So for example, my name is Todd Hall, so my email address would look like this. Your password, again, it's on page 25 in your agenda. Remember, it's your student ID number. It's that big long number that starts with 25, probably has at least 4 zeros in it. Next thing I want to do is I want to talk about a few things in Google Classroom. One thing I'd like to talk about is once you get in Google Classroom, you're going to click on the class that you would like to enter. So let's say you want to enter in ELA. When you finish an assignment, please make sure that you turn in the assignment, because this lets me know that you're finished, and it will show up as finished on your end, and it won't, show up as late or missing. Now let's say that you do turn in an assignment and then all of a sudden you would like to make a change. So let's say I want to enter my slideshow and I want to change it. You have to click unsubmit in order for you to edit. Notice right now I clicked it, it's turned in, it's in view only. I can't make any changes on this right now. So in order to make changes or edit it or anything like that, I'll need to click unsubmit. And then I can go back in there and make changes. Of course, once you're finished with editing or touching it up or whatever you're doing, then you'll need to go back and click turn in again. Okay, next thing let's talk about is let's go to an assignment with attachments. So if we click on assignment like this one, a lot of times an assignment will have attachments. So notice how this assignment has 2 attachments. Also notice how this assignment, one of the attachments is a Google form, and we use Google Forms a lot. And when you complete a Google form, I get the information. However, notice if you don't click mark as finished, it's labeled as missing, or mark as done, I should say. It's labeled as missing. So we're going to mark this as done. Also notice how this tags it as turned in late, and that's because it was turned in August 21st, and currently it's August 15th, so it is late. The thing about assignments designated as late or missing in Google Classroom, please take that with a grain of salt. If you're really concerned about a missing assignment, go to Skyward and check on the gradebook, because that's what I'm really going by. I don't go by what Google says. So if you go to Skyward and there's no missing assignments, that means the assignment's not missing. And I do have access to your assignments, even if you don't turn it in. It just makes it better for you and me if you do. It keeps us organized. But chances are I will get to your assignment and I'll grade it and I'll enter it anyways. Same with late assignments. Please don't go by what Google Classroom says. If you're concerned about assignment being late, log on to Skyward and check to see if it is actually late in Skyward. Last thing I want to talk about is private comments. So one cool thing that I think is available in Google Classroom is you can actually ask me questions through Google Classroom by clicking on this private comment. And let's just say I don't understand how to do this. You can type in a question and post it, and this only goes to me. No one else sees it. And then I can respond to you, and that will only go to you, and no one else will see the response. So this comes in handy, like if you have a question at night, you're working on an assignment, after school, and you have a quick question, you can send me a message. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Or this would work at, on the weekends or something like that, or maybe in class. You forgot to ask me a question, or things got busy and you just didn't find the opportunity to ask me a question. This is always a great way to get a hold of me through Google Classroom. It works really well, and I try to respond as quickly as I can. Last thing I'd like to talk about is you can get Google Classroom apps. So if you like to work on your tablet or your phone, if you have a Google phone or an Apple phone, you can download Google Apps, and they're all free. So I just listed some apps that we use commonly in our class that relate to Google. And of course, one app that we were talking about is Google Classroom. And I've tried putting a picture here just so you can kind of see what it looks like when you're looking for it on the App Store. Google Drive, that's used quite a bit in Google Classroom, so that'd be another handy app to download. Google Docs, we use that a lot to type papers, things like that. That's another handy app to download. And last but not least is Google Slides. That's another handy app. That's the one we're working on at the beginning of the year. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask me. I really like technology, so I'd be happy to help you out.